the way through the first tackle. The crowd now on the edge of their seats. The Gales. Talia, look at him move. Ball goes back. And then knocked on, but Talia showing all the skills.
Well, Tim O'Brien loves his feet movement, and he was a former back row player, so a good handler as well. And when they played on their tour recently, they played the Glasgow Academy, and Tim O'Brien said that they wanted to sign Talia right then. They were so impressed with his play.
That's better work at the scrum.
And again, you can see why in loose play and in the scrums. Good work. But how about Kevin O'Connor? I mean, he has been fantastic. He's been a great leader for this team. But Tim O'Brien says he is a game changer. We've seen him change momentum a few times already in this half.
Half is up. Okay.
He's such a cool, calm captain as well.
Bind.
McCarthy's one went to the deck there, so scrum for life. The clock ticks away. The final stages in this exciting first half. The national championship is on the line. They run from deep. Great work from Mitch Wilson. Wilson to the halfway. Algie doesn't fall for that dummy, but it's still life on attack. The ball comes free. Holly Wheeler steps back in.
Okay.
The big four-wheeler inside the 22. Van Schalkwijk, fresh from that yellow card offense, gets it back to Reese. A stunning turnaround. Melfi puts it high. Knocked on, they're playing advantage. Cowley taken in the air though, could have gone either way.
In the air.
They're calling it a dangerous tackle. St. Mary's player is still down. I'm not sure if he challenged for that ball or not. Referee saw as a full arm. And we heard before that last scrum it was going to be the halftime whistle, but Life, instead of just kicking it in, playing it safe, going into halftime with a lead, they decide to run, nearly put some points on the board.
You can kick it out if there's no time for the line.
So, if Orsley kicks out, that was going to be halftime either way.
Sorry.
And the whistle does sound here. It is 17-16 in an absolute barn burner here at St. Mary's. And it's Life University that lead by 1 point. We're going to take a short break, and when we return, we're going to have the halftime analysis and highlights coming up next. 17-16, Life leads St. Mary's.
Who's got? Benny, where'd you give that stuff to? Is it just over here? Who's got my gum? I've got stuff. The important stuff. I got my drinks at the table. You're talking to them on the headset, yeah? Okay. No, we're not mic'd up. I'm mic'd up to Pete though. Pete, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you just do your best to help him, Pete. New battery? Okay.
I'll do this.
Okay.
And then you do 2 tries, and I think it's a kick.
So I'll do the Orsley try, and I'll do the Matonga try. And then you do whatever's afterwards?
Yeah.
Matonga with a quick tap?
Yeah, you do that one as well.
10 and 12.
Oh, here's Matonga right here. Who took that ball up originally, do you know?
I'll do this. I'll talk through the kick, okay?
Okay.
Cool. And that's the first
Good, how are you?
Good.
Come on, we got a hell of a game going here. Let's sit and see. Beautiful, thank you. Sit back here. Oh, I got myself. Hey, Becca, how are you? A little heavy on life, though.
Get up!
Don't line out, Spike! Spike, don't line out!
I was like, that's a knock on. Oh, wait, that's why he knocked it on. I was like, oh, wait, why did he knock that on? Oh, yeah, because he got hit before he had the ball. And he was in the air. I can't, because I put my arm out. You see me put my arm out. I just realized it.
It's the Visitors Life University that leads St. Mary's Gales by 17 points to 16 here in Moraga, California in this D1A National Championship rematch. The fifth time these two teams going head-to-head and only 1 point separating them. We're going to take a look at some of the highlights, and right from the start it was Life University that smashed it up, and Mike Islava scored the first.
And for the first 20 minutes of this game for St. Mary's, it was the Dylan Ordsley show as he set back inside against the Life cover defense to make it 16-7 with a penalty kick to follow after that. But then Life, a man down, put on a wonderful display. Some good forward pressure by this Life forward pack, and Brian Matunga powers over right here to make it a 2-point game at that point.
Then they stood up with a penalty advantage. They took the option to go for poles, and Sam Cowley, cool as you like, put them in the lead by 1 point after 40 minutes. A stunning first half. And stay with us. We're going to be right back. We're watching the kids in action here. Look at them carve it up. We're going to take a short break again. We'll come back with interviews from Scott Lawrence and Dan Payne up next. It's Life 17, St. Mary's 16.
The area is a real treat next year. The Rugby World Cup 7 Championship is coming to the U.S. for the first time. It will be held July 20th to 22, 2018. For more information, go to RWC7, that's spelled out, RWC7, 2018 at .com.
Hey, how you doing? We'll talk to you properly afterwards if you...
St. Mary reserves are going to be touchy. Do you know any of these guys by sight? I asked Alex if he could help us out.
Okay.
If you know any by sight.
Yeah.
So hopefully he will.
Brownie, who's playing again? The Danville Oaks, and who else are the kids playing? Thank you. No, that's okay. Thank you. welcome back to Northern California. It's been a cliffhanger so far. 17-16, Life University lead against the home side, the St. Mary's, the Gale side. But right now, it's turning our attention to the youngsters playing the game. These are the under 10 from Danville Oaks and Lamorinda Rodents doing their thing. And a shout out to Maya Dunn as well. She's carving it up with those youngsters right now.
Oh, it's fantastic. And I think these programs have 300 plus kids in them. So fantastic work done by the folks up in Northern California and all around the country. It's great to see so many more kids playing the game here in the States.
Oh, it certainly is. Each of these programs have more than 300 youngsters playing the game. They start with non-contact, and then when they get brave, they get into the tackles. So we have Brian earlier spoke with head coach Scott Lawrence, and let's hear what he had to say.
Scott, fifth year in a row that you're in the championship game. Tell us what this means for your team.
Well, I think we're grateful to be here first and foremost. 5 years in a row is a testament to the men that built our program and the groundwork that they laid for us, and we're just reaping the benefits now to be here.
In fifth year in a row, you're playing St. Mary's at St. Mary's. Tell us about how this rivalry has grown over the years.
It's a tremendous amount of respect. They are a fantastic program. They play an exciting brand of rugby. Tim and I are great coaches. We like to go head-to-head each year. So it's more of a rivalry, but also a tremendous amount of just respect for the game and the way it needs to be played.
Well, wish you the best of luck for another great championship performance.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Scott Lawrence, what a top man he is. Wonderful work he's done with his program there. And, of course, Brian also got a chance to speak up with USA Rugby CEO Dan Payne. Let's see what the man in charge says about what's happening in the States.
Dan, when you coach Life, I mean, you're a part of this rivalry, Life versus St. Mary's. Tell us about it when you were back in Life and what it means to USA Rugby.
Well, I think it means a lot to the student athletes and to everybody that comes and takes part in a game like this. These two have played each other 5 years in a row now. I think this is the rubber match, isn't it? 2 each, and it'll just be exciting. Different paths each year, but they always end up having to play each other for